Kelly Ripa is known for her bright smile, quick wit, and calm presence on television, but behind the scenes, even she has moments where emotions rise unexpectedly. Recently, viewers noticed a rare shift in Kelly's usual composure after her husband and co-host Mark Consuelos made a surprising personal and professional move that deeply affected her. According to those close to the couple, Mark's decision wasn't sudden or careless. It was something he had been thinking about for a long time, balancing career goals, personal growth, and the future of their family. Still, knowing the thought behind it didn't make the moment any easier for Kelly. Sources say Kelly became emotional not because of conflict, but because of the weight of change. After decades of building their lives together, on and off camera, any major shift naturally brings reflection. During a recent taping, viewers sensed something different, a pause in her voice, a longer silence than usual, and eyes that revealed more than words could say. Mark, for his part, remained calm and supportive. He openly acknowledged that big decisions often come with emotional consequences, even when they're made with love and respect. Insiders describe the moment as deeply human, two partners navigating change together, not in opposition, but in understanding. What made this moment resonate with fans was its honesty. Kelly didn't try to hide how she felt. Instead, she allowed herself to be real, reminding viewers that even strong, successful people feel overwhelmed when facing uncertainty. Social media quickly filled with supportive messages, praising her authenticity and the strength of their relationship. Rather than creating distance between them, Mark's move appears to have brought a deeper level of communication and trust. Friends say the couple spent long hours talking privately, reaffirming their priorities and reminding each other that their bond comes before any role or title. Kelly later hinted that moments like these are a reminder of how quickly life can shift and how important it is to stay grounded. She emphasized gratitude, partnership, and the importance of facing changes together, even when emotions run high. In the end, this wasn't a story of loss or regret, but one of growth. Kelly's emotional reaction showed just how much their shared journey means to her, and for fans, it offered a rare glimpse into the real life behind the cameras, a reminder that love, even when strong, still feels deeply. As the days passed after Mark Consuelos' unexpected move, Kelly Ripa found herself reflecting more deeply on how much their shared routines had shaped her life. For years, their days followed a familiar rhythm: early mornings, studio lights, laughter between segments, and quiet conversations once the cameras stopped rolling. When that rhythm began to change, it stirred emotions Kelly hadn't anticipated. Those close to Kelly say the tears weren't about fear, but about letting go of a chapter that meant a great deal to her. Change, even positive change, can feel overwhelming when it touches something deeply personal. Mark's decision represented growth and ambition, but it also marked a shift away from a comfort zone they had built together over time. Behind the scenes, Mark made it clear that he never intended to move forward without Kelly's understanding. He reassured her that his decision didn't mean distance, emotionally or professionally, but rather a new phase where both could continue supporting one another in different ways. Friends of the couple describe long evening walks, quiet dinners, and honest conversations where feelings were shared without pressure or expectations. Kelly, known for her openness with viewers, eventually acknowledged that emotions can surface when you least expect them. She shared that moments of reflection often arrive not in dramatic ways, but in silence, when you realize something familiar is changing. Her honesty struck a chord with fans, many of whom recognized their own experiences in her words. What stood out most was how the couple handled the moment together. There was no tension, no public disagreement, only mutual respect. Mark expressed admiration for Kelly's strength, while Kelly praised Mark's courage to embrace new opportunities. Their exchange reminded viewers that lasting relationships are built not on avoiding change, but on facing it side by side. As support poured in from fans and colleagues, Kelly appeared calmer and more grounded. She returned to the show with the same warmth audiences love, though with a deeper sense of appreciation. Some noticed a renewed closeness between her and Mark, more shared smiles, longer glances, and subtle moments of reassurance. Ultimately, this chapter became less about a single decision and more about resilience. Kelly's emotional reaction revealed her deep investment in both her marriage and her work. Rather than signaling uncertainty, it highlighted how much she values stability, connection, and shared purpose. In the weeks that followed, those close to the couple say Kelly embraced the change fully. She began viewing it not as an ending, but as an evolution, one that allowed both her and Mark to grow individually while remaining united. And through it all, their bond remained the steady center, proving once again that real strength often shows itself in quiet, emotional
As Kelly Ripa
moments.
settled into this new phase, she began to realize that the emotions she experienced were not signs of weakness, but signals of how deeply she cares about the life she has built. Change has a way of slowing people down, forcing them to notice details they once took for granted. For Kelly, those details included the quiet support Mark had always offered, even during moments the public never saw. Away from the spotlight, Kelly and Mark weaned into simple routines to stay connected. Morning coffee conversations became longer, and evenings were spent reflecting on what truly mattered beyond schedules and expectations. Mark made a conscious effort to reassure Kelly that his decision was not about stepping away from her, but about stepping forward with her encouragement in mind. Friends of the couple say this period actually strengthened their relationship. By openly acknowledging their emotions, Kelly and Mark found new ways to support one another. Kelly, who often puts others at ease, allowed herself to be vulnerable, and Mark responded with patience and steady reassurance. That balance helped both of them regain confidence during an uncertain time. Kelly also found comfort in the overwhelming support from viewers. Messages poured in praising her honesty and grace. Many fans shared their own stories of navigating change with a partner, reminding Kelly that her experience resonated far beyond the studio. This connection helped her see that emotional moments, when shared thoughtfully, can create understanding rather than concern. On air, Kelly maintained her familiar energy with a subtle shift. There was a new depth in her voice when she spoke about family, commitment, and growth. She hinted that life doesn't always give clear answers, but it does offer chances to grow stronger through trust. Mark echoed those sentiments, emphasizing that meaningful choices often come with emotional weight. Over time, what once felt overwhelming began to feel empowering. Kelly started viewing Mark's move as an opportunity to redefine balance between work and home, ambition and presence. Instead of holding on to what was changing, she focused on what remained steady: their partnership, shared values, and years of mutual respect. Those closest to Kelly say she emerged from the experience with renewed clarity. The tears that once surprised her became a turning point, a reminder that emotional honesty can lead to growth. Rather than signaling uncertainty, the moment marked a deeper understanding of love's ability to adapt. In the end, this chapter became a quiet testament to resilience. Kelly and Mark showed that even when life takes an unexpected turn, strength comes from facing it together with empathy, patience, and unwavering support. And for viewers watching from afar, their journey offered a powerful reminder that change, when met with honesty, can lead to something even stronger than before. As weeks went by, Kelly Ripa found herself speaking more openly about how unexpected emotions can surface during times of transition. In quiet conversations with close friends, she admitted that what affected her most was not the change itself, but the realization of how much their shared journey meant to her. Every milestone, every challenge, and every success with Mark had become part of her emotional foundation. Mark, fully aware of how deeply Kelly felt, made sure to remain present in every possible way. He adjusted his schedule when he could, checked in often, and continued to show the small gestures that had always defined their relationship. Those gestures, simple notes, reassuring smiles, moments of humor, helped Kelly feel steady again. Colleagues noticed a subtle shift in Kelly's energy. There was a newfound thoughtfulness in her interactions, as if she were seeing familiar spaces with fresh eyes. Rather than resisting the changes around her, she began embracing them, understanding that growth often requires letting go of certainty. This mindset allowed her to move forward with confidence instead of fear. Kelly also reflected on how her audience had grown alongside her over the years. She recognized that many viewers were navigating similar crossroads in their own lives: career changes, family adjustments, or personal reinvention. By allowing her emotions to be visible, she unintentionally gave others permission to acknowledge their own feelings. Meanwhile, Mark expressed gratitude for the unwavering support he received from Kelly. He shared that making significant decisions is never easy, especially when it affects someone you deeply love. His appreciation for Kelly's understanding only strengthened the respect between them, reinforcing the idea that partnership is built on communication, not perfection. As the uncertainty faded, clarity took its place. Kelly began focusing on new creative goals, channeling her emotions into fresh ideas and renewed passion for her work. Instead of seeing the moment as a disruption, she started viewing it as a turning point, one that encouraged growth and reflection. Those closest to the couple say this chapter brought them closer in ways that surprised even them. The emotional moment that once felt overwhelming became a shared experience they could look back on with gratitude. It reminded them that vulnerability is not something to avoid, but something that deepens connection. In the broader picture, Kelly's journey became a quiet lesson in resilience. Change may arrive without warning, but when met with honesty and love, it can lead to deeper understanding and renewed strength. And as Kelly and Mark continued forward together, it was clear that their bond, tested by transition, had only grown stronger.